in which Moncton picked up 2 wins, 2 losses, and a shootout loss. Terry Crisp taking advantage of the break to make a change as far as his forward line is concerned. He's got Bob Sweeney at center, number 17, against Mario's older brother, Alain Lemieux, number 33 of the Baltimore Skipjacks. Lemieux is out there with Dwight Mathiasen, 22, and the veteran Gary Rissling, 23. We'll watch how Mathiasen makes out. He is a $1 million player, signed for a $1 million plus contract late last season by the Penguins organization. Highly regarded, coming out of the University of Denver. Now Bob Bodak with a shot. Right on and stopped by Gannett. Comes to the line. Gordy Hines pinching in. Kept it in the first time, but then the Skipjacks were able to clear. Wade Campbell back to get it for Moncton. Campbell plays it for Hines. Hines off the boards ahead to Pazine. Dave Pazine, he's been hot. He's got something like 8 goals in his last 5 games. Pazine knocked it into Baltimore territory as the Flames change on the fly. Skipjacks bringing it out. Number 32 is Mickey Volkin, the former Golden Flame. And now the play is called with 18:02 left in the first period. It's my pleasure at this time to welcome Moncton Times transcript columnist Dwayne Tingley to our broadcast booth. And Dwayne, I was interested to read in the paper today, you had a column saying the American Hockey League has never been better.
Well, first of all, Garrett, it's nice to be here tonight. It's awfully nice to join you up here in this high booth. And I don't think the league has ever been better. You see here the Baltimore Skipjacks in last place in the South, but they don't really have that bad of a team.
Indeed not, and of course we'll expand on that later in the broadcast when you talk about in terms of talent that is evident in the AHL today, what with big names like Butch Goring, Pete Peters, and Moncton's own Pat Riggin now in the league. Back to get it, Brett Hull for the Golden Flames forechecking. Hull could not come up with the puck as the Skipjacks look to clear the zone. There was Hull battling, and finally the Skipjacks cleared into Moncton territory. Dadswell leaves it there for Mark Patterson. Patterson gets away from one check, plays it over on the far boards for Gary Roberts. Roberts could not control the pass. Now the Skipjacks will regroup. Michel Terrien banks it off the boards. Charlesworth got it ahead. Play a little scrambly through center as Charlesworth picks it up for Baltimore. Here comes Todd Charlesworth, and he'll simply dump it into Moncton territory and go off on a change. Now pinching in for the Skipjacks is Mark Tevens. Tevens has the puck. He centers it there for Carlson. Carlson with a shot, and Dadswell with his first save of the game. Unfortunately for the Baltimore Skipjacks, the net came off the magnetic moorings, and we have a stoppage in play.
Well, Gary, I see this as being a quite important game for Flames goalie Doug Dadswell. He really hasn't played that well at home this year, but he's played some spectacular games on the road. His last game, he was first star in Fredericton, and I think he'd really like to have a good game at home.
Dadswell, I think it's been written and said, has not really endeared himself to the Coliseum crowd. Of course, they do have their favorites here in Moncton, Mark DeMoor and Cleon Daskalakis among them, but Daskalakis is now in Boston. DeMoor's career is in limbo as the Flames break into Baltimore territory. A spectacular rush by John Carter before he was upended. No call on the play. Back come the Skipjacks, led by Neil Belland. He dumps it in. Sabrin in to pick up the loose puck. Had trouble controlling it, though. Now along these boards, Bukovic can't get it. The Skipjacks letting it go was Mitch Wilson, number 9. Wilson, the Jacks penalty leader, with over 200 minutes in the box already this season. Look for a rough game from Wilson tonight. Now Wilson looking to pick up the puck against Kevin Guy. Wilson had it hop off his stick, though, and go over the boards and into the crowd for a stoppage in play.
Yeah, Garrett, just talking about Doug Dadswell again. It's true he hasn't really endeared himself to the fans, but you look at his one-loss record, and it's 10-5. I think a lot of goalies in this league would love to have a record like that.
No question about it. Dadswell has certainly made a mark for himself in terms of his play on the road, as Dwayne Tingley mentioned earlier, but as yet has not really turned in consistent back-to-back efforts here at the Moncton Coliseum. I wonder if being stuck in a rotation might have something to do with that. It's impossible for a Moncton goalkeeper right now, with the franchise shared by Boston and Calgary, to start 5-6 games in a row and develop a feel for the game. Now Gordy Hines has it at the Moncton blue line. Hines simply works it ahead. Icing is waved off on the play, and back to get it is Mickey Volkin. Volkin nearly lost it to Sweeney. Now the Skipjacks are able to clear the zone. Alain Lemieux lost it as it hopped off his stick. Mike Rowe. He loses it again. Now Lemieux picks it up through center. Alain Lemieux, he's hauled down. No call on the play. Lemieux may have been in the running for an Oscar as he made that play, and now the Skipjacks are called on the offside.
There's 15 minutes and 12 seconds left in this third period. First period, Gary.
Play will come back through center. And we'll have the face-off. The officials tonight, by the way, Larry Christian and Greg Kennedy are the linesmen, and the referee is Rob Schick. Now Brett Hull centered it, or attempted to, for Gary Roberts. The pass was intercepted at the last moment by Volhofer. Volhofer, his pass is redirected by Mark Patterson and squarely into the Golden Flames bench. And by the way, there on the bench sits an interesting story. Pat Riggin. Who would have thought, Dwayne, when the current hockey season started, that Pat Riggin, Butch Goring, and Pete Peters would all be in the American Hockey League?
Especially Riggin and Peters. You're talking 2 or 3 years ago, they were two of the premier goalies in the National Hockey League, and they've still got the tools to be there. But again, we go back to the old talent question. There's so much talent around now that these players just don't have a spot in the big time.
Now, when you look at the Golden Flames roster in particular, 7 first and second round draft choices now in the Moncton lineup. That's a number comparable to what NHL teams possess. And I was looking at the Nova Scotia Oilers lineup the other night. They have no fewer than 4 first round draft selections. So you know the talent quotient is very high these days in the good old American Hockey League. Now Gary Roberts is rubbed out of the play there by Scott Johnson. The Skipjacks breaking out of their own zone. Pass ahead for Phil Bork was intercepted, and we have got our first penalty of this hockey game coming up. It's going against the Moncton Golden Flames with 14:06 left in this first period of play. The Golden Brett Hull is getting the gate for Moncton. Hooking is the call. So as a result, the Skipjacks, as they're fond of saying in Baltimore, will be going on the power play. Alain Lemieux will center this power play for Baltimore.
2 minutes for hooking. The time 5:54.
Mathiasen is up front. Number 22. On the points, Mickey Volkin and Neil Belland, a couple of seasoned American Hockey League veterans. And also up front is Phil Bork. Bork, Mathiasen, Lemieux, Volkin, and Belland. And here comes Neil Belland through center, leading a 4-man Baltimore rush. He dumps it in. Dadswell behind the net. Will stop it there for Sabrin. Miscommunicates somewhat before the puck flips out into the slot area. Now it goes over to the far side. Bork has it over on this side to Belland. Belland, he tries to feed it through, does so. Oh, nearly set up in front for Bork on the return, and he couldn't get his stick on it. Now Mathiasen. His pass is picked off there by Sweeney. Sweeney can't clear the zone, however. Mathiasen has it again. Second chance. Mathiasen back to Belland. Over to Volkin. Volkin, his pass hits a leg. And now it comes out over the Moncton blue line where Gary Roberts battles against Volkin. Roberts getting his stick up, and the two players go to the boards in a bit of an arm lock. Roberts, I think, got his blade into Mickey Volkin's face. Volkin took exception. I think there was a little pushing and shoving before the two players wrestled their way into the boards. And I think we could have further penalties.
I think Gary Roberts was going to get the initial call for high sticking here. But you mentioned Mickey Volkin a little while ago being a former Golden Flame, though he and Gary Roberts never played together on the same team.
Volkin was an original Golden Flame, and in fact, Gary Roberts is getting the only penalty in that altercation. So the Golden Flames will be 2 men short for the next minute and 5 seconds.
Moncton Golden Flames penalty to number 10, Gary Roberts. 2 minutes for high sticking.
So it's Roberts for high sticking, and really there is no question about that call, as Roberts got his stick up into the face of Mickey Volkin.
Really, the only question there might have been is if it was going to be a 2 or a 5 minute penalty. He had the stick up around his face.
Certainly in a position to draw blood as well, we might add. Now Phil Bourque picks up the left wing pass. Bourque being watched by Kevin Guy. Back to Lemieux. Lemieux feeds it back to the point for Belland. Belland over to Volkin. Volkin watches, waits, back to Belland. Belland winds up, lets it go! And it goes up over the net. Into the crease, it's cleared away. Bourque has it now for Baltimore. This is Phil Bourque to Neil Belland. Back to Bourque in the slot, it's knocked away. And Bob Bodak picks up the loose puck and clears it down the ice. 28 seconds left in the penalty to Brett Hull. 1:19 left in the Roberts minor penalty. Skipjacks regroup. Here comes Volkin leading the charge. Ahead to Lemieux. Lemieux gets over the line. Lemieux waiting, tries to set it up, and again the Flames intercept and shoot it down the ice as Bob Bodak picked it up. Now Belland has it for Baltimore. Neil Belland, right wing for Johnson. That play goes astray, and as a result the Golden Flames clear. The Hull penalty has expired, so it's now 5-on-4 Skipjacks. Mark Tevens, his pass ahead for Mokasak, knocked into Moncton territory. Skipjacks will take their time again trying to set it up. Charlesworth lost it. Flames will attempt to clear, and now they have a chance to do so effectively as Lyndon Byers took a swipe at it and cleared it the length of the ice. Back to get it for the Skipjacks is Mathiasen. Leaves it there for Michel Terrien. Picked up by Charlesworth. His right wing pass missed Terrien, and it's called on a Baltimore offside with only 16 seconds left in the penalty to Gary Roberts.
The Skipjacks only had one good scoring chance on that whole two-man advantage. Neil Belland came in from about 40 feet out, teed the puck up, and shot it about 2 feet over the net. All he had to do was put it on the net. Maybe somebody get a rebound or something, but instead he tried to score himself and missed the net.
Funny thing is, too, the puck was on edge when Belland fired it, and he did have time to lay it flat. Now the puck goes back into Baltimore territory. Byers in there forechecking for Moncton. He bumps with Terrien. Picked up by Charlesworth. Over to Terrien. Penalty to Roberts is over, and the Flames are back at full strength. Now Charlesworth through center. He's tripped up, but there's no call. Guy picks up the loose disc, and here comes Kevin Guy. Kevin Guy, 4th round draft choice by the Calgary Flames out of the Medicine Hat Tigers. His clearing drive was intercepted at the Baltimore blue line. Now here comes Mokasak. Carl Mokasak, one of the 3 penalty minute leaders on this Baltimore team. Skipjacks lose control. The Flames, Peter Bukovic, his pass intercepted by Volkin. Now Mike Rowe has it for Baltimore. His pass too far, and the teams trying to set something up. Both teams trying to get into the flow offensively. Bukovic now takes the right wing pass. Here comes Bukovic. He goes over to the left side for Craig Nienhuis. That went astray. Now Nienhuis into the corner has it. Nienhuis stick handling, trying to get away from number 27, Jim Magoo. He's tripped up. And there's going to be a Baltimore penalty coming up as Magoo took the feet out from under number 8, Craig Nienhuis. So as a result, with 10 minutes and 8 seconds left in this first period of play, the Flames are going on the power play for the first time.
What happened there was Nienhuis was trying to bring the puck around from the back of the net and maybe center it to Carter, who was standing in front, and Magoo just got his stick caught in the skates of Nienhuis. Interesting
Thing about Jim Magoo, his brother Mick is an American Hockey League referee.
They call him Mr. Magoo.
Face-off coming up to the right of Steve Gannett. In goal tonight for the Skipjacks. The Flames, 10 minutes into this hockey game, have not as yet managed a shot on goal.
Gary Rissling is out there killing a penalty. One of the top penalty minute leaders over the years in the American Hockey League, and he's out there killing a penalty.
Well, let's see if Rissling's rambunctious style does something to kill this penalty. The shot went off the side of the net. Another chance for the Flames, and a great chance it was. for number 17, Bob Sweeney. Gannett was down and out, and Sweeney missed the net. Now the Flames trying to keep it in. Patterson does so in the slot, and both players miscommunicate as it went between Patterson and Sweeney. One thought the other had it. Now Sweeney turning, waiting, trying to set it up for Patterson. Back to Sweeney on the return to Patterson again. Here comes the shot! In front, the rebound, and it's cleared away to the corner. Pazine picks up the loose puck. And now we've got some pushing and shoving in front. Bodak is doing a lot of jostling. Now for the shot from the point. Bodak goes down, and the shot blocked by the goaltender, Steve Gannett. Skipjacks are able to clear, but a very exciting Flame power play in the early going. An even minute is left in the penalty to Jim Magoo. Carter can't control the pass. Now Bukovic on the right side. Bukovic leaves it for Carter. Back to the line for Patterson. The pass did not get there in time. And now Brett Hull will have to lead the regrouping effort for Moncton. Over to Patterson. Patterson waits, now gets it back to Hull. Here comes Hull through center. Hull over the Baltimore line. Hull trying to do it himself. Goes into the corner. Gets away from two players before handing it off. Now back of the line. The Flames have it. Here's Wade Campbell with a shot. Redirected in front, and it went wide. Now Hull keeps it into the corner for Bukovic. Nienhuis in to help out. Here's Nienhuis. Back to Hull. To Carter. John Carter lets it go, and Steve Gannett comes up with a big save in goal for the Baltimore Skipjacks.
Nice save there by Gannett. He got low so he could see the shot. He got around the people in front of the net and just put his left hand out there and grab it.
Nothing fancy about the Flame power play, Dwayne.
Nothing fancy, but they get the job done. They move the puck around well, as opposed to the Baltimore power play, who looked a little bit ragtag and uncoordinated at times.
Flames running a very basic power play. Get it back to the point, blast it. You never know what's going to happen. And, of course, the thinking behind it is that Moncton does have so many players who possess heavy shots. Wade Campbell, Mark Patterson, and, of course, Brett Hull, who may have one of the hardest shots in all of pro hockey. Puck goes over the boards, and we'll have another face-off now with 15 seconds left in the Flame power play. And Moncton will make some changes now. Wade Campbell goes off. Ken Sabrin and Kevin Guy are now in defense. John Carter is up front with Nienhuis and Bukovic. A new combination thrown together by Coach Terry Crisp, taking Bob Bodak off that line. Puck got away from Gannett behind the net, and it came dangerously in front with the Baltimore goalkeeper out of position. The Skipjacks now have control as Carlson flips it into Moncton territory. Sabrin gets it for Moncton ahead to Guy, and the penalty to Jim Magoo has expired. Golden Flames managed 6 shots on that power play. So even though Moncton did not score, consider it a good sign. The Flames certainly did get the job done in terms of generating some offensive chances.
They certainly did. They came close to scoring at least a couple of times. And out there now for Baltimore is number 22, Dwight Mathiasen, the player I came to see tonight.
Really?
I come to a game and I want to look for one player. He's the guy you mentioned a while ago, $1 million kid, an NHLer of the future for sure.
Well, they were hoping in Pittsburgh that Mathiasen would be one of the wingers for Mario Lemieux, but things did not pan out. Now Lyndon Byers in front, centered it for Roberts, and he couldn't get a stick on it. Great setup from Lyndon Byers, but Roberts, unfortunately, could not redirect it into the open cage. Now the Skipjacks coming out with Michel Therrien leading the charge. He simply fires it into Moncton territory. Dadswell left it there. Now back come the Flames with Don Mercier controlling. Here's Mercier getting away from Mathiasen. Mercier's pass too far for Roberts. Roberts and Lyndon Byers forechecking, and the play is called on an icing infraction, and the faceoff will come back deep into Moncton territory with 7:15 left in this scoreless first period.
After a slow start, Garrett, things seem to have picked up here in the last 5 or 6 minutes, and we're seeing a pretty good hockey game.
Well, you mentioned Mathiasen. I was saying that Pittsburgh really was hoping that he would be a Mario Lemieux line mate. And I know several people across North America who took Mathiasen in the late rounds of their office hockey pool draft.
Including the one I'm in. And it wasn't that late of a round, unfortunately.
Now Mike Rowe has it at the line, the shot, and it went just wide. Dadswell reacting late. I don't think he saw the puck. Now the Flames looking to clear the zone. They do so. Pazine picks it up on right wing. Pazine just backhands it through center. Now it's picked up by Bob Sweeney. Here comes Sweeney. He dumps it into Baltimore territory. Back to the line. The Flames, Wade Campbell pinching in, kept it in. Now the Skipjacks control, and they work it out to center. That's Mathiasen trying to get away from the big defenseman, Wade Campbell. Now Lemieux has it for the Jacks. Bodak intercepts in the corner. Bob Bodak turning away. How deep the Golden Flame forwards are. Bodak all the way back into his own corner. Now Campbell bringing it out for Moncton. Campbell works it ahead for Bodak, and it's flipped into Baltimore territory. Gannett, the goalie, leaves it there for Mike Rowe. Nearly lost it in front with Gannett out of position. Patterson lets it go, and it rattles off the glass behind the net. Here comes Gary Rissling down left wing. Rissling leaves it for Mathiasen. The shot. Dadswell stick on the ice, makes the save. Behind the net it goes. Patterson picks it up for Moncton. Now 4 players jam up there behind the net, and it's called for a face-off deep in Moncton territory with 6 minutes and 7 seconds left. You're watching Golden Flames American Hockey League coverage on Cable 5.
Dwight Mathiasen's only scored 4 goals in the American Hockey League so far, and he has to be a disappointment, but
well, as you can hear from Dwayne Tingley, the man is possessed with a wealth of information concerning the Baltimore Skipjacks. Here comes John Carter trying to break it. Oh, Carter with a spectacular effort, nearly did it himself. And Carter going down, nevertheless, caused some excitement to ripple through this Coliseum crowd, and no doubt some panic in the hearts of the Skipjacks. What an effort by John Carter. Back comes Craig Nienhuis to lead the Moncton attack. Here comes Nienhuis. He lost it to Tevens. Now it goes up over the glass and into the crowd, but what a spectacular play by John Carter. Shades of Bobby Orr in 1970.
Has the Moncton fans ever seen anybody like John Carter? I go out on a limb and say they haven't. He's the most exciting American Hockey League player ever to play in this city.
Well, I'm sure, Dwayne Tingley, that's a statement that few will argue with. The only other player that really comes close to matching what John Carter is doing these days perhaps was Rocky Saganack of the original New Brunswick Hawks, but I can't say that with any authority because I never did see Rocky Saganack at the Moncton Coliseum perform his magic in action. But judging from the stats, certainly Saganack did have an outstanding year with the Hawks in that first campaign here in New Brunswick. Now the play along this side. Flames looking to clear, picked up by Bork. Bork trying to work his way in, and he goes down. We're going to have a Moncton penalty as Bork had the feet taken out from under him. So as a result, the Flames will be shorthanded for the 3rd time in this hockey game as Lyndon Byers gets the gate for tripping. Penalty comes with 4:47 left in this first period. It's scoreless between the Skipjacks and the Golden Flames.
On that play, it was obvious that Byers was guilty. The stick was still caught between the blades of the Baltimore player.
Well, once again, the Skipjacks going with the Lemieux line up front, along with Mathiasen and Phil Bork. Notice Mathiasen and Bork are on their off wings.
Let's have a good look at Dwight Mathiasen in this shift. 22.
Well, we might not have a chance right now with the Flames controlling. Here comes Bob Sweeney. He's getting some help up front. Roberts has it now. Roberts centers it for Guy, the shot, and Gannett kicks out the pad to make the save. Back come the Skipjacks. Carl Mokasak, his pass was intercepted, and Kevin Guy cleared it away. Terrien has it for the Jacks. Michel Terrien, the former Nova Scotia Voyageur, had to avoid Roberts. Now, centering pass picked up by Mokasak. Over on the wing for Lemieux, the shot! Or make that Mathiasen, he let it go but didn't get good wood on it. Now Lemieux in the corner, gets it back to Terrien. Terrien to Lemieux. Lemieux in the slot, the shot! Oh, Dadswell with a big stop. Now Roberts is able to clear it down the ice as Dadswell comes up with his first big save of this hockey game, stopping Dwight Mathiasen in close. Now Bork picks it up on left wing. Here comes Phil Bork, centers it. And Dadswell was able to deflect it away. Flames clear the zone once again. John Carter's on the ice, number 11. Keep your eye on John Carter. Lemieux, he tried to center it. Now Carter picks up the puck. Carter will wrap it off the boards and down the ice. Pizzine, he's onside. Dave Pizzine with a chance. Here comes Pizzine, the shot! Oh, Gannett with a big stop as he closed the pads on the short side. Pizzine was running out of real estate as he went in on goal, but he made the best of his chance in close on Gannett. Now Terrien has it for the Skipjacks. Terrien watched by Pizzine. Boy, Dave Pizzine's been playing some great hockey as of late. Skipjacks working their way in front. Bork tried to pull the trigger, but couldn't. It was knocked away at the last minute. Now Campbell ties up his man along the boards. That's Volhofer. Campbell comes away with it. Wade Campbell working hard behind the net, and Campbell will do it himself, shooting it down the ice as the penalty to Lyndon Byers expires. And with 2:42 left in the period, the two teams are back at full strength. Here come the Skipjacks. John Del Cole on the ice for the first time. He lets one go. Dadswell stops that easily. Mercier picks up the puck. Here comes Mercier. He tried to feed it rink wide, but was stopped. Now back come the Flames with Cordy Hines. Hines on a nice effort. Here's Hines. He lets the shot go, blocked by Charlesworth. Volhofer has it for the Jacks. Works it ahead to the line. Gets it out of the zone. And they tie it up there for a face-off. Now some pushing and shoving. Don Mercier in there for Moncton, big 6'4" defenseman who's dressed as a forward tonight. But fortunately, nothing comes of it.
No, but you look at the shots on goal now, 10-2, despite the Gold Flames having to kill off 3 penalties in this period. They're playing strong defensively when they have to, and they're creating some offensive opportunities.
Well, so far the Golden Flames have had the best goal-scoring chances in this hockey game. They've had about 3 or 4 good chances in close on Steve Gannett. Now the Flames intercepting is Bodak. He shovels it in front. The puck is still loose before one of the Jacks falls over on it. That was John Del Cole. May have put his glove on the puck, but it also may have been undetected by the referee, Rob Schick, in the ensuing pileup. Flames penetrating the perimeter once again as they came in close and caused Steve Gannett and company to scramble. I mentioned Gannett, a former teammate of the Flames, Gary Roberts. The two were together with the Guelph Platers of the Ontario Junior League a year ago when Guelph went all the way to win the Memorial Cup. Face-off won by the Skipjacks, Steve Carlson. Now the Flames control. Bodak back to the line. Patterson let the shot go. It went wide to the short side. Now Bodak has it. Bodak tried to center it. And the man he was trying to set up, Bakovic, was tied up in front of the net. Now Dadswell let it get away. Went through his legs. A knuckleball kind of puck, but fortunately for Dadswell, it trickled wide of the empty net. Now Mercier. His pass just went into Baltimore territory. Bodak works it along the boards. Back to Patterson, the shot. It goes wide. At the other end, Kevin Guy picks it up. Now this is 37, Bob Bodak. No, make that 17, Bob Sweeney. He'll dump it in for Moncton. Now Carlson fights with Bodak, and Bodak comes away with it. The shot! And Gannett with a big save. Bodak let a good, hard wrist shot go, and Gannett in position made the stop. Now back come the Flames again. Kenny Sabrin. He lets one go on Gannett, and the Baltimore goalie has to go down to force a face-off once again deep in Skipjack territory.
Well, if there's a story in this first period, it's got to be Steve Gannett. Flames have come in 4 or 5 times. Excellent scoring opportunities. He's given them a small opening either between the legs or on the short side, and he's quickly taken it away. And so far, he's the story of the game.
Well, Gary Roberts told me at practice this morning that Steve Gannett was a very capable netminder. And he is certainly proving that in this first period. 51 seconds left in the period. It's scoreless, thanks to the efforts of Steve Gannett. because Moncton is now out shooting Baltimore by the margin of 13-2.
And if the Skipjacks ever get into trouble with Steve Gannett, they've got Brian Ford, a former AHL All-Star, I believe.
That's right. Brian Ford is a ex-All-Star and a former Hap Holmes Trophy winner as the top goalkeeper in the American Hockey League. Flames controlling as Roberts tries to get it ahead for Hull, intercepted and knocked back into Moncton territory. Dadswell works it over to this side for Hull. Hull ahead to Carter. The pass was too far. Carter looking to pick up the loose puck. Now Roberts to Hull. Flames are breaking. Hull lets it go. And the puck was deflected by Terry and up over the glass and into the crowd.
And everybody thought of Bobby. Every time Brett lets a shot like that go, everybody thinks of Bobby.
Well, we have seen Brett Hull score on that kind of shot in that kind of situation, blazing down the wing and letting one go. And that certainly does evoke some memories, particularly when you see the Hull on the back of the jersey and, of course, the familiar number 9. 19 seconds left in this opening period. It's scoreless. But some excitement produced nevertheless as the Flames have come close on many occasions. Now Bob Sweeney works loose. Here's Sweeney in front for Carter. And the puck got away. Now another shot. It goes wide, taken by Sweeney. He's had some big chances in this period, Bob Sweeney has. Now finally the Skipjacks clear the zone, and that will do it for the period. And now we've got some bumping as Gary Rissling and Gordy Hines pull off the shoving act, but everyone's in there in a hurry to make sure nothing happens. So this period comes to an end with no score, and the Flames leading in the shots on goal department by an overwhelming margin, 13-2. Our guest after arthroscopic surgery in Boston, Doug Kostinski, is out with the flu. Mark Demore, of course, it's been well chronicled. His career is in limbo. Ray Podlosky is also hurting, and Ray is joining us in the broadcast booth, and we'll hear from Ray moments from now as Dadswell makes a stop from the point. Dadswell, another big save in front as Sweeney clears the puck around the boards to the other side. Not out of the zone, however. Into the corner, it's kept in. Mathiasen. Now Campbell picks up the loose puck. Campbell over on this side to Bodak, and the Flames redirected the length of the ice. No icing on the play. Now it comes back through center for Gordy Hines. Hines picks it up. Now here come the Flames. It's Pazine. He tries to center it for Bodak. That play was intercepted. Now the Skipjacks controlling and working their way into Moncton territory before Hines makes the interception. Back comes Gordy Hines fighting off Mike Rowe. Leaves it for Byers. Back to the point. Hull with a shot. And that's blocked. Now another shot. And Gannett lost sight of it as it went up over the net. Flames starting to pressure now deep in Baltimore territory. Back to the line it comes for Wade Campbell. He lets it go, deflected wide. Bodak couldn't get a stick on it as it came back. Hull clears it, and it's intercepted by the Skipjacks. Now back comes Baltimore. Gary Rissling. He tries to set up Alain Lemieux, but that was intercepted. Now here's Campbell, his pass, too far for Hines. Hines can't play it off the boards. At the line, it's picked up by the Jacks. This is Bellin. He lets it go, but it was stopped by Hines. His pass, too far for Gary Roberts, and Michel Therrien chases it back into Baltimore territory. Skipjacks clear the zone. Patterson has to go back to get it for Moncton. Play a little scrambling now as the Flames dump it back into Baltimore territory. Gannett plays it off the boards. Here come the Skipjacks breaking out of their own zone. Tevens tries to fire it back the other way for number 19, Karl Mokosak. Skipjacks are skating a little harder now in this second period as Bellin goes back to get it. Bellin turning in his own zone to Mark Tevens. Tevens, his pass missed Jim Magoo and goes the length of the ice. Dadswell plays it to the corner boards. Now up on this side for Nienhuis. He backhands it down the ice, and this will go for icing as the Skipjacks Therrien goes back to touch with 16:52 left in this first period. As I mentioned, Ray Podlosky of the Golden Flames is joining us. And Ray, what about the nature of your injury?
It's just basically a hip flexor muscle, one of the major muscles you use to skate with, and it really felt good this morning. I skated on this morning again in pregame, and things just weren't right. Coach Cripps decided not to play me, and hopefully I'll be in the lineup Friday night.
Why take a chance right now, especially with so many players available?
I guess so, and like I say, it's really a touch muscle. You use it to skate with, and it really didn't feel that good today. So hopefully I'll come around by Friday.
Okay, Ray Podlosky, and we'll get your impressions on this contest momentarily as the Skipjacks clear it back into Moncton territory. Now picking up the loose puck is Kevin Guy. Guy ahead for John Carter. He's called, however, on the offside. What about it, Ray? So far, the Flames have dominated, but they can't puncture the armor of Steve Gannett.
Oh, I guess so, yeah. It's hard for me to comment on the first period. I was in the locker room icing down, but I listened to it on the radio, and again, it looks like Gannett has been the key to the Skipjacks so far. Again, the shot's 13 of 4, so hopefully we keep peppering, maybe get in front of them and get some deflection goals.
Could be just a matter of time before the Flames are able to solve the mystery of Steve Gannett here this evening. Face-off just inside the Moncton blue line. The two teams battling for control. The Skipjacks have it. Mathiasen checked there by Sabrin and knocked to the ice. Now Moncton breaking out. Rowe picks up the pass, and he clears it back through center. Here comes big Wade Campbell. Wade Campbell breaking in over the line, and it's called on a Moncton offside. 16 minutes and 5 seconds to go in this second period. It is still scoreless, and the face-off is coming up just outside the Baltimore blue line. Well, Ray Podlosky, you'd have to agree one thing. The Skipjacks have looked like anything but a last-place team here tonight.
Oh, I would have to agree. Again, the competition in the American Hockey League has been very strong this year, and they are in last place, but again, aren't indicative of a last-place hockey team. They got good talent. They got good goaltending in Steve Gannett, and again, really don't look like a last-place hockey team.
Well, the Skipjacks right now only 7 points out of a playoff spot. They do have 5 games in hand. They'd like to get something going here tonight against the Moncton Golden Flames. Here's Peter Bukovic picking up the puck on right wing. Bukovic over the line. He dumps it in. Bodak will chase for the Golden Flames. Now Mercier has it. Mercier back to the point for Sabrin. Lets it go. Gannett makes the stop. And the puck pops up over the glass and into the crowd.
Speaking of Steve Gannett, I got a chance playing in the Memorial Cup tournament last year in Portland, and I got a chance to play against Steve Gannett and teammate Gary Roberts, and he played very well and was a key role in them winning the Memorial Cup. It's his first year as a professional, and he looks like he might be a good goaltender.
Now, Ray Podlosky, you were, of course, a second-round draft choice of the Boston Bruins. Perhaps you were best qualified, seeing as how this is your first season of pro hockey, to make the statement that the days of jumping into the NHL directly are basically over.
You really don't see many hockey players now get drafted high, whatnot, step directly in NHL. There really just isn't that much room for those players, which makes the American Hockey League just that much better of a league.
Well, there's no question we are seeing signs of that this season in particular, as the Golden Flames try to clear the zone. Now Kenny Sabrin goes behind the net. Sabrin, one of 5 second-round picks on this Moncton team. The shot, and it's blocked in front. It did not go all the way into Doug Dadswell. Now here comes Sweeney. Sweeney can't work it ahead. Now he fights off a check. Campbell picks it up and fires it and knocks down the goaltender. That shot hit Steve Gannett in the mask, I believe. Gannett shaken up, nevertheless got to his feet. Dadswell plays it off the corner boards. Now pinching in is Phil Bork around, and Dadswell the save. Dadswell another save, and another chance in front for the Skipjacks before Volhoffer was knocked down. Dadswell with 2 stops in nets for the Flames. Now Campbell has it for Moncton. Campbell let it go. That was blocked by Michel Therrien. Gannett was really leveled there by Campbell. I don't think he saw the shot coming, and as a result may have been caught by surprise more than anything. At the line, Gordie Hines knocks it back into Baltimore territory. Therrien swipes it back through center. Now John Carter picks up the puck, loses it, and the Skipjacks will clear it into Moncton territory as we approach the 6-minute mark of this second period. Nienhuis lost it along the boards. Hines behind the net. Works it over to the other side for Kevin Guy. He's leveled. Tough body check there from John Del Cole. Fans calling for a penalty. They're not going to get one. Now Nienhuis on left wing. Nienhuis lets one go. It went about half a mile wide. Kevin Guy back to get it for the Golden Flames. For Hines. Hines back to Guy. Both players, by the way, drafted out of the Medicine Hat Tiger organization. Guy is a Calgary prospect. Hines is property of the Boston Bruins. Bukovic checking his man behind the net. Now Nienhuis picks it up to Guy. Guy lets it go. It was blocked by Del Cole. Behind the net, Bukovic for Carter. The shifty Carter can't get away from Big Neil Belland. Belland had Carter all tied up. Now Guy let it go in front. Nienhuis tried to deflect it, but it was stopped by Gannett. Flames pressuring Baltimore once again, but they can't score. Some exciting hockey being displayed here in this second period. Dadswell off the boards for Hines. The Flames trying to reorganize that attack. Baltimore has made some changes on the fly. Skipjacks will clear it into Moncton territory once again. This will go for icing if Guy can get there first. He's beaten to the puck, however. Now Magoo tried to set it up for Baltimore. It's taken by Bukovic. Here comes Peter Bukovic. Bukovic with Mercier breaking into the net. The shot, he scores! Peter Bukovic using Don Mercier as a decoy. Let it go. May have beaten Steve Gannett on the short side. And for Peter Bukovic, that's his 11th goal of the season.
You're looking at Peter Gannett right now. He's fixing his mask, and that happened to be the first shot since he got hit in the mask by Wade Campbell. That might have a little effect. He might have been a little wary, or just maybe a little bit puck shy after getting hit high in the mask by a heavy shot from Wade Campbell. Peter caught him off guard, and the puck seemed to slip by through his glove side.
Well, a good observation there from Ray Podlosky. At the same time as Bukovic wound up and let it go, Mercier was breaking to the net. Perhaps Gannett was concentrating a little more on Mercier in the event of a 2-on-1 pass. 12:36 left in this second period as the Golden Flames take a 1-0 lead.
Yes, you have to give credit to Don Mercier there for going to the net. You know, he makes things happen, makes goalie think of the pass coming across.
Well, Mercier draws the only assist on the goal as he directed the pass, and now Bodak trying to break into Baltimore territory. He has stood up at the line, and very authoritatively, I might add, by former Flame Mickey Volkin. Behind the net, Mercier picks up the loose puck. Mercier is making things happen out there. Now Bukovic has it in front for Bodak, and the setup just did not connect as Bodak couldn't get his stick down in time. So as a result, we'll have a face-off deep in Baltimore territory.
Some very good work there. A line put together with Don Mercier playing center ice. They created some opportunities and got a big goal. First goal of hockey game is always important, and that line did some good work, that shift out there.
Well, let's just see, Ray, just for fun, how important a statistic that is. Games in which the Golden Flames have scored the first goal, they have won 11 times and lost only 4. So there you have it. As we back up Ray Podlosky's words with concrete statistics. As the Golden Flames regroup in their own zone, Bob Sweeney picks up the puck. Sweeney out of Boston College. He's impeded there, but finally breaks it into Baltimore territory. Gannett behind the net. Plays it for number 22, Mathiasen. He was bumped off the puck. Mathiasen has it again. Falls down on the play. Flames are doing a good job of forechecking, and now a chance in front. Loose puck. They score! Bob Sweeney has given Moncton a 2-0 lead on a play, Ray Podlosky, you'd agree, that can only be classified as a humongous mistake.
Oh, definitely. You know, the defenseman had full control of the puck. Looked like he was trying to make a pass and found on the puck. Sweeney was Johnny on the spot, picked up the puck, and almost went by the puck by the net. Luckily, he put on the brakes and jammed it by Gannett.
Actually, Sweeney got 2 chances to jam it by Gannett.
Scored unassisted by number 17, Bob Sweeney.
So it's Sweeney unassisted to give Moncton the 2-0 lead, and for Sweeney, that's his 8th goal of the season. Flames breaking into Baltimore territory once again before the play is whistled down. 11:25 left in this second period, and as we have been expecting, the Flames finally dent the armor of Steve Gannett. And Ray, perhaps you'd agree as well, those shots on goal statistics really don't lie 9 cases out of 10.
Oh, definitely. You know, sooner or later you're going to get on the scoreboard. You know, you keep out shooting the team like we are tonight, and the pucks are going to be going in for you.
Very rare the occasion in which a team enjoys a one-sided advantage in the shots on goal department, winds up losing, and of course the Golden Flames, patient as they have been, now start seeing the pucks go into the net. The hard work paying off. Pazine works it ahead for Sweeney. He could not control the pass. Sweeney goes off on a change. Now Gannett cleared it and nearly made a big mistake himself as Roberts let the backhander go, but it was wide of the open net. Roberts could not get full control of the puck. It was bouncing. Now Roberts dumped it into Baltimore territory. Roberts is on with Carter right now. And Lyndon Byers is out there as well. Now Roberts going off on a change as they complete the change they intended. Ken Sabrin picks up the puck and backhands it into the Baltimore zone. Mickey Volkin plays it off the boards for his defensive partner. It's intercepted in front. The Flames with another chance. Now they'll set it up. Byers works it for Carter. Carter let the shot go, but it was blocked. Another shot as Sabrin found the mark, but Gannett made the save. Sabrin now, backhander, Gannett in front, smothers the puck, and we'll have a face-off. And now the players bumping in there, and we've got some rough stuff breaking out here. Some pushing and shoving. Byers is involved, number 20. Kevin Guy in there as well.
Ladies and gentlemen,
well, hopefully nothing will erupt with 10:04 left in this second period, and the Golden Flames now enjoying a 20-6 advantage as far as shots on goal are concerned.
Yes, we really seem to have taken control of the play. Guys are forcing some opportunities in Baltimore and coming up with the loose pucks, getting it back to the point and get some key shots from the blue line. Again, since that one shot from Wade, Gannett does look a little shaky. He's let in 2 fairly soft goals, I would say, and really hasn't looked sharp since he's been hit.
Face-off will come just outside the Baltimore blue line with 10:04 left in the period. You're watching Golden Flames hockey on Cable 5. Gare Maxwell along with Flames winger Ray Podlosky, who is sitting out tonight's game with a hip injury. Dwayne Tingley of the Times Transcript joined us on the first period. Now the Flames trying to break out of the zone. Nienhuis clears it to the line for Byers. Ahead, backhanded to Carter. Here comes John Carter, speeding in over the line. Carter goes down in a valiant effort to get something going. And now we've got a penalty coming up. Some pushing and shoving taking place as Carter drove to the net. Ray, what happened?
Well, I think actually it happened once the play stopped. Gannett had the puck smothered, and John just was tapping his glove, tapping his stick, and I think some of the Skipjacks took matter to it, and nothing's really going to come about of it. But John Carter has such great speed, such great acceleration, and defensemen, I can't see him not being worried when he comes down on him. His acceleration and especially him cutting to the net is one of his big assets. He really can cut almost at a 90-degree angle.
Well, we've got penalties coming up. Carter and Todd Charlesworth are going to the penalty box. John Carter continues to dazzle this Coliseum crowd with his spectacular offensive efforts. He has so far, though, been held off the scoreboard. That may be a matter of time. Carter, with 18 goals, ranks 3rd in the AHL in scoring this season. The penalties, though, are not offsetting. Carter is off for 2, I believe, and Charlesworth is getting a double minor. Let's listen to the announcement.
Charlesworth, 2 minutes for holding, and to number 9, Mitch Wilson, and to the Golden Flames, number
So it's Wilson and Carter for roughing, Charlesworth for holding, the first penalties of this second period. And the Flames will enjoy a 2-minute power play advantage. And Moncton will have to reorganize right away as the puck popped up over the boards and into the crowd. 9:32 left in this period. And the face-off coming just inside the Baltimore blue line. Let's set up this Golden Flame power play for you. Bob Sweeney is at center. Peter Bukovic and Bob Bodak. The Thunder Bay Twins are on the wings. Wade Campbell and Brett Hull, two men with very heavy shots, will patrol the point positions. Face-off controlled by Baltimore, and the Skipjacks shoot it down the ice. Dadswell, the goaltender, plays it off the boards for Bodak. Bodak has to get away from a check. That sound you heard was Mark Demour playing Team Funny Man and wrapping the headset of one Ray Podlosky, who's joined us for this period. Now Brett Hull lets the shot go, and it's deflected up over the glass and into the crowd. Of course, the Skipjacks, Ray, you'd have to agree, are somewhat aware of the power Brett Hull possesses in that cannon of his.
Well, obviously, as you can see, they really try and get in front of his shot really as fast as possible. They don't want him letting go from there. He does have an exceptionally good shot, and with the screen and whatnot in front, the puck's on net, anything can happen.
Face-off coming up now with Lyndon Byers at center for Moncton. Pizzine is on a wing. They've changed the power play completely. Mark Patterson controls. Patterson lets the shot go right away, and that goes into the seats.
As you can notice, Gary, we on our power play, we don't like to get too fancy. We like to get the puck back to the point, move to the middle of the ice and let some shots go, have everybody going to the net, looking for rebounds. It's been successful for us so far this year, and Coach Chris continues to use it. We like to, like I say, move the puck to the middle of the ice and basically try and get a good shot away from there.
A very appropriate description, nothing too fancy about it. Just fire away and let the puck bounce in if you can. Here's Nienhuis over to Pizzine. Pizzine lets it go. Gannett, the glove out, made the save. Rebound. The Flames could not capitalize on that rebound chance in front. Now Patterson has it for Moncton. Patterson works it ahead for Byers to Pizzine. Pizzine dumps it into Baltimore territory. Gannett stops it behind the net for Mike Rowe. Into the corner it goes. Three Flames in after it. Flames trying to come up with possession. They can't. Terrian knocks it over to the other side. Patterson pinching in. Loses the puck in his skates. And back come the Skipjacks. Here come the Jacks. 2-on-1 as they tried to set it up for Carlson in front. The play was broken up. 32 seconds left in the penalty. Now Nienhuis has it. Nienhuis off the boards. Behind the net it goes. Gannett tried to hold it up on the mesh, but that attempt did not work out. Skipjacks clear it, and Dadswell leaves it there as Nienhuis goes back to get it for Moncton. Nienhuis misses that lazy pass from Dadswell. The puck kind of just floated there. And now the Jacks, Phil Bourque has it. Bourque breaking in on left wing. He's hauled down, and we're going to have a Moncton penalty as Kevin Guy is called for holding just as the penalty to Todd Charlesworth expires. So Rob Schick draws the ire of the Moncton fans with 7:43 left in this second period.
Well, really not a good penalty, Gare. Bourque was the only guy in the offensive zone. He had Kevin beat by a stride, and Kevin hauled him down. Again, nobody was in the zone. Really not a good chance for scoring opportunity, and pretty much a needless penalty. But we're going to be shorthanded, and hopefully we can kill off 2 minutes.
Well, so far the Golden Flames are perfect in the penalty killing department tonight. They have killed off all three shorthanded situations. Interestingly enough, Baltimore coach Gene Ubriaco is sticking with his 0-for-3 power play unit. Alain Lemieux up front with Phil Bourque and Dwight Mathiasen. Flames win the draw, however. Dadswell clears to the corner. Roberts can't get it out. As Bellin pinched in, now it comes to the line. Lemieux has it. Lemieux watched by Sweeney over to Mickey Volkin. Volkin, the former Flame, works it in for Bork. He's tied up, though, by the Flames' Ken Sabrin. Now the puck takes a crazy hop. Mathiasen has it. Here's Mathiasen in front. Shot, saved Dadswell. Loose puck in front. The Skipjacks work it back. Volkin lets it go. Dadswell with the save. And he hangs on to force a stoppage in play and a face-off deep in Moncton territory with 7:14 left in this second period.
Well, a lot of traffic in front of the net there for Doug to see that puck, but he seemed to get up on his feet in time, got away from the scramble, and had plenty of time and room to see that puck, made the easy glove save, and got a face-off to his left.
Dadswell seems a little more into this game tonight, even though he has not been all that busy in terms of shots on goal. He's faced only 9, and we're past, in fact, way past the midway point of this hockey game. Lemieux stays on at center. I mentioned in the first period, that's Mario's older brother, Alain Lemieux. Did not have quite the career that Mario has had. Lemieux picks up the puck, loses it though, and Sweeney has it. Brings it slowly out of Moncton territory, then goes back to waste time. Now the Flames will clear as they shoot it down the ice. Gannett off the backboards will leave it there for Neil Belland, former Fredericton Expresser. Here comes Belland to Mickey Volkin. His pass too far for Lemieux. Patterson in to break it up if he can. And as a result, the Skipjacks are called on the offside with 6:45 left. In the second period, it's the Golden Flames 2, the Skipjacks no score. You're watching Golden Flames hockey on Cable 5. And we should mention that this program is protected by copyright. Any reproduction, either in whole or in part, without the express written consent of the Moncton Golden Flames Hockey Club and the American Hockey League is strictly prohibited. Play underway once again as Dadswell plays it into the corner. The Skipjacks pick it up. They try to work it back to the line, but Carter gets there first. Here comes Carter, 2-on-2 with Bob Bodak. Carter being bothered from behind. Carter gets around Belland. Carter behind the net. Oh, went to the backhand, and he was stopped at the last second by Belland. And now we've got a penalty coming up to Neil Belland as Carter was hauled to the ice. And Belland, frustrated, throws up his hands and says, "What did I do?"
Well, Steve Gannett made a very nice play as John Carter came around the net there. He poke-checked John. I think John would have got around him there. He would have the open side. And he did make a good play. But again, Neil Belland hauled down John Carter at needless time. And it's John Carter himself. He creates all that with his speed and whatnot. And the guys are aware of him. They want to keep him out of the play. And he drew 2 minutes for it. It's a big penalty. Keeps them away from the power play and gives us a 2-goal edge. And in 37 seconds, we'll have the chance to increase on that lead.
Well, in 37 seconds, when Kevin Guy comes back on, that's when the Golden Flames will enjoy a power play advantage. Into the corner, Terrian goes down. Can't clear, though. Bodak working against Magoo. Bodak does his job, and now Carter picks up the loose puck. Back to Patterson at the point. Patterson can't get away from Magoo. Bodak on it in a hurry. Bodak feeds it behind the net. Gannett misplayed it there. Now the Skipjacks with another chance to clear, but they can't get it out of the zone. Bodak lets a shot go. Gannett stick save. Poke checks it away from Carter. Jacks running around in their own zone. Now the Flames control. Here's Patterson with a chance. He lets it go. Gannett with a blocker save. He saw it all the way as it came in from Patterson. Now Tevens works it ahead for Magoo. Magoo loses the puck. And now the Flames are on the power play. Carter goes down, gets a stick in the face. Lost control, and we've got a Baltimore penalty coming up. And Wade Campbell makes a smart play in getting the Baltimore player to touch it and force a 2-man advantage for the next minute and 4 seconds for the Moncton Golden Flames. John Carter getting that stick in the face, though, Ray, we can't really tell if he was injured or not.
No, you really can't from up here, but I hope not. He got hit in the eye a couple games ago, and he experimented with the visor, and I really didn't like it. Hopefully the stick didn't get him in the right place, and I really don't think he's cut. They would have got 5-minute penalty if he was, and looks like he's okay on the bench right now. Jim
Magoo going off for the Baltimore Skipjacks. It was Magoo who lost control at center and as he was back checking Carter, that's when the stick got up into the facial area. 5:24 left in this second period. The Golden Flames lead it by a score of 2-0, and they'll have a 5-on-3 power play for the next minute and 4 seconds with Magoo and Neil Belland in the penalty box. Face-off won by Sweeney, but it carried into Moncton territory. Brett Hull to Ken Sabrin. Back to Hull. Here comes Hull down the left wing. Hull gets control of the line, but the Skipjacks are able to clear. Getting control of the offensive zone, so very crucial on the power play. That's the first step. And now let's see if the Golden Flames can do that very thing as Sweeney picks up the puck. Here comes Sweeney. Gains control of the line, leaves it for Hull over to Sabrin. Sabrin will try and work it back to Hull. He's got the big shot. Hull plays it over to the boards. Now in to help out is Sweeney in a hurry. Sabrin intercepts the shot. Save Gannett. Now the Flames have control. Hull back to Sweeney, back to Hull, into Sabrin. Sabrin takes his time, gets away from one player, back to Hull. Hull lets it go. It's blocked by Bork. Flames keep it in though. Hull made a nice play. Now Roberts has it. Roberts to Hull. Hull lets it go! And Gannett with a big stop. Out of the penalty box is Neil Belland. 5-on-4 Flames for the next 50 seconds. Into the corner it goes. Carlson can't clear for Baltimore. Now back to the line. Flames have it again. This is Hull. In for Roberts. Roberts backhanded it through the slot. Sweeney couldn't pick it up. And now finally the Skipjacks relieve the pressure by shooting it down the ice. Dadswell losing control. Now loses it altogether. And oh, what a save as Dadswell came back and stopped Gary Risling as he tried to stuff it in from behind the net. Ray?
Well, obviously Doug made a big mistake there coming out. He had his back turned to the puck, and the Baltimore Skipjacks stole off him. Luckily enough, he didn't quite get around the net, stuff it in. Doug came back and made a sliding save. But I'd like to comment the way Baltimore killed that 5-on-3. They really kept Moncton, the Flames, out on the perimeter of the ice, and really never gave him a good percentage shot. They're forcing Hull to shoot from 50 feet out, and if you can do that on a 5-on-3, you're doing a good job.
Well, the face-off is now deep in Moncton territory with 24 seconds left in Magoo's penalty. John Carter is on for Moncton. He wins the face-off back to Campbell. Well, a very anxious moment indeed for Mr. Doug Dadswell tonight. Came so very close to committing one of the ultimate bonehead maneuvers, but I think he's got horseshoes on his side this evening because he nearly misplayed a puck in the first period that almost cost the Flames. So far, Dadswell has a shutout going. Now Lemieux picks up the puck for Baltimore. Centers it, and Tevens couldn't pick it up. Now Volkin pinching in. Here's Mickey Volkin. His pass is blocked, and now we've got a penalty coming up. And it's going against the Golden Flames as Volkin was tripped up behind the Moncton net. And I believe Wade Campbell is going to be getting the gate.
Yes, Wade Campbell just got a stick in the way there, and unfortunately he's getting a tripping call. But I just like to comment. I used to have season tickets for the Edmonton Oilers, the WHA. Used to sit high up like this, and it's really the first time since then that I've watched a hockey game from this high. I've been playing all since then away from home and haven't got a chance to actually watch hockey games, and really get a good perspective of the hockey game, get a good view of it, and it's really a different way to watch a hockey game than from ice level.
Let me ask you this, Ray. You're a native of Edmonton, as you mentioned, season tickets for the Oilers when they were in the WHA. Tell us some of the names. I remember Dave Dryden played for the Oilers.
Yes, Dave Dryden. Gosh, there's so many. I'll think of it and then get right back to you.
All right, we'll reminisce with Edmonton Oilers in the WHA days momentarily as Ray Podlosky collects his thoughts, and the Golden Flames collect the puck and shoot it down the ice. Roberts in on goal with a chance, and Roberts tried to one-hand it by Gannett, his former teammate, but Gannett was equal to the task. Back comes Mickey Volkin. He shoots it into Moncton territory. Dadswell stops it there. Now Dadswell plays it into the corner. Volkin picks up the loose puck. Volkin lost it against Roberts. Roberts could not play it, though, as he was tied up. Comes to the line, kept in by Mathiasen. There's Mathiasen. Over for, I believe it was Mokasak, and that shot went off the post, and now intercepted. Here comes Roberts. Could be a breakaway. Here's Roberts in on goal. Roberts tied up by Volkin. He shoots, backhander, and Gannett comes up with the stop. And Roberts, I think, got Gannett in the face underneath the mask with the stick. And we're also going to have a Baltimore penalty as Mickey Volkin will be going off for holding. Gannett shaken up, gets to his feet.
It's Gary Roberts there. Seemed to have a clear-cut breakaway, kind of overscared the puck here at the blue line, and as a result, Volkin had to take him down as he wasn't in as clear as I thought he would be. But getting back to the WHA guys, a few of my favorites, Barry Long on defense, coached the Winnipeg Jets for a little while. Al Hamilton.
Used to play for the Buffalo Sabres.
Yes, sir. Yes, and Ron Chipperfield. He was a big scorer with the Oilers in those days. There really isn't any hockey players from then that are still playing, but I was fortunate enough to be there when Wayne Gretzky played in his first year when he got acquired from the Indianapolis Racers, and he was just a joy to watch, and I just love watching him play. He's obviously my favorite hockey player, and some of the things he does are amazing, but I've been away now for 4 or 5 years, and just haven't got a chance to see the Edmonton Oilers play, but they sure are an exciting hockey team, and I think everybody enjoys watching them play.
Well, everybody, that is, except the Calgary Flames. They only enjoy beating the Edmonton Oilers, and they're starting to do it with some regularity. The Flames are 4-0 against Edmonton this season after ousting the Oilers in the Battle of Alberta a year ago. The face-off coming up now deep in Baltimore territory. Volkin is off for the next 2 minutes, and it's going to be a 4-on-4 situation. There is no time left on the penalty to Wade Campbell, curiously enough, so we can't tell you when Campbell will be back on. Somehow a mistake downstairs. Flames, Kevin Guy picks it up, over to Mark Patterson. Patterson works it ahead for Bodak. Now Bodak being bothered there by Jim Magoo, and we've got a penalty coming up. It's going to be a hooking call, and it's going against the Moncton Golden Flames as Mark Patterson will be going to the box. Didn't really see that one happen.
No, I really didn't. Again, his stick was in the way, it seemed like, and the guy skated over it, but I think you're right about Wade Campbell and his penalty. They must have made a mistake because he should be on the ice. But his time isn't up there, and I'm pretty sure he only got a 2-minute tripping penalty.
Well, at any rate, the two teams will continue to skate 4-on-4. Or make that 4-on-3 with Patterson now going into the box. A minute and a half left in this second period. And the Golden Flames still enjoying a 2-0 lead over the Pittsburgh Penguins, top affiliate, the Baltimore Skipjacks. Some players that we could be seeing in a Pittsburgh uniform someday. Well, certainly the goaltender we've seen tonight, Steve Gannett. And I think that someday down the road, Dwight Mathiasen is bound to make it into the National Hockey League, Ray.
Well, I would think so. I really can't see him paying out that kind of money. But you know, he's a college player. Really, I can't comment much on him. I haven't seen him much aside from the games we've played. But Steve Gannett was a much sought-after goaltender after his performance last year with the Guelph Platers and his performance in the Memorial Cup. He decided on Pittsburgh, and it's hard to tell with goaltenders, but it looks like he's going to be a fine prospect.
Well, Gannett so far has been a very busy man. He has faced 28 shots. And he's allowed 2 goals, and he's also been beaten around quite a bit. Knocked down by that shot from Wade Campbell. Therrien over to his defensive partner, Neil Belland. It's 4-on-4 now as Campbell comes out of the box. This is Sabrin to Guy, back to Sabrin, ahead to Bob Bodak. Campbell is now being used as a forward before he goes to the bench on a change. Therrien being watched by Bodak. It's a 4-on-4 situation again. Less than a minute to go in this second period. Flames would dearly love to nail the coffin shut if they could. Bork with a shot, and that deflects high over the glass and into the crowd. You talk about Edmonton Oilers in their WHA days. One of them just got traded, Dave Semenko.
Yes, Dave's been around in the Edmonton organization for a long time, and they really didn't have room for him. They got other players who play that role as an enforcer. Some guys like McSorley, McClelland. Those guys play a little bit more, and so Dave was kind of left out. Torrey Robinson broke his leg and is out for the year, so Hartford maybe was looking for that type of player. I don't know, but hopefully he'll still have a few years left. And
but what was Ray Podlosky a Dave Semenko fan? We know you were a Wayne Gretzky fan when you were a kid, but were you a Dave Semenko fan?
Well, not overly that much. He was a fan favorite in Edmonton. A lot of people liked him because of his fisticuffs, but he played hockey. When he did try and play hockey, he did play really well. He did have some fairly good tools, as he showed in junior hockey. He had some very impressive statistics, and hopefully he still has some couple years left. I skate with him in the summertime, and he's really not a bad guy.
You're just saying that. Now the puck into Moncton territory. Kevin Guy takes his man to the boards. Only 5 seconds left in the period, as this one will come to an end with the hitting picking up and the Golden Flames leading it by a score of 2-0. Shots on goal at this point, 28-9 in favor of the Moncton Golden Flames. And again on the scoreboard, the Flames lead it thanks to goals from Peter Bukovic, his 11th, Bob Sweeney, his 8th. And that just about tells the story at the end of 2 periods. We'd like to thank Ray Podlosky of the Golden Flames for your brother Mario as Terrian turns for Baltimore. Flames are back to full strength now as Patterson comes on, and Patterson just missing the breakaway pass as he came out of the penalty box for Moncton. Flames are called for icing as Todd Charlesworth goes back to touch, and now joining us for this third period is the Golden Flames marketing director, Larry Haley. And Larry, I think you had to be very encouraged by Dwayne Tingley's article in the paper today, which stated the American Hockey League has never been better.
Oh, I agree, Garrett. It's been getting better every year that I've been involved, and this is the 5th, and it just seems to get better every year. Gee, that last play there, you got to credit Kenny Sabourin. That puck was going in the empty net, and he steered it away.
Well, if there is such a category in the annals of trivia, name the luckiest performance by a Golden Flame netminder, Doug Dadswell would have that one hands down after what we have seen tonight. Flames penetrating the offensive zone. Bukovic picks up the puck, works it back to the point. Wade Campbell has it. Campbell lets it go. Deflected just wide of Steve Gannett. Behind the net it goes. Kodak in to help out Bukovic. Now over on this side, the Skipjacks. Carl Mokasak, he's been silent for the most part this evening. Mokasak gets around Gordy Hines. Behind the net, Dadswell clears. Again, a stray pass. It comes back off Dadswell and goes behind the net. Seems like anything Dadswell touches turns to goal now in front. Dadswell with a big stop. Another save! And it got away to the right side as Dadswell comes up with 2 stops on the Skipjacks in front. Good chances for Baltimore to get back into this hockey game, but Dadswell stands tall in net for Moncton. They say you have to be lucky to be good or good to be lucky or what have you. I think a bit of both is on Doug Dadswell's side tonight. Mike Rowe into the corner. Centered it for Volhofer. That was knocked away. Kevin Guy works it out of the zone. And it comes into center for Scott Johnson. He plays it back to the Moncton zone. Here are the Flames. Kevin Guy steers it through center. Pazine could not pick it up or make that Byers. Now it goes back into the corner as Patterson chases it down. Skipjacks are really skating now in this third period. They've got to get back into this one. Now at the line, Brett Hull plays it for Nienhuis. Nienhuis turns and fires, and Gannett with an easy save. Terrian into the corner. Gets away from Hull. Kept in by Moncton. Now on this side, Nienhuis getting some help from Byers. 3 Flames in the corner before the Skipjacks are able to clear. Moncton will keep it in, though, as the puck hops back into this corner. Lyndon Byers Plays it for Brett Hull behind the Baltimore net. Hull in front! Where is it? Picked up by Charlesworth and cleared to the boards. Now Volhofer has it for Baltimore. He clears it in, but it's knocked down by Kevin Guy. Guy turning in his own zone. Ahead to Brett Hull. He steers it through center. Picking it up on the far side is Nienhuis. He lets it go. Skate save, Gannett, and a good stop it was. Now Nienhuis behind the net. Rolls it over to the other side. Sweeney could not catch up. Picking it up through center is Wade Campbell. Good skating game. And close checking at the same time. Now a steal as Sweeney goes in to get it for Moncton. Here's Bob Sweeney, lets it go. Gannett stands up and makes the stop. Sweeney, he's scored 1 goal tonight, and he's had some good chances. Pizzine now into Sweeney. That one was knocked wide. Puck through the crease, and no one could knock it in. Now in front, another chance, and the Flames are all over the place, and they can't beat Steve Gannett. It's still 2-0 Moncton. Pizzine with an excellent chance to score.
Gannett has looked sharp tonight. Really, he's made some great saves.
Well, he has faced a total of 33 shots so far, as Pizzine just fails to pick up that pass for Moncton. Now the Skipjacks are in over the line, and they're called on the offside with 15:56 left in this third period.
Great game, Gary. It's it's been close, and although Baltimore hasn't had a lot of shots on net, the shots they have had, Dadswell has had to be very sharp, and as you've said before, very lucky. But a good third period here.
Well, the Skipjacks are not out of it by any means. Even though they've been vastly outplayed, they still have a chance to get back in. They're only trailing by 2 as the Golden Flames have failed to cash in on numerous opportunities to score. Flames controlling off the faceoff. This is Mark Patterson, works it ahead, tried to feed Bodak. Chasing it down, the Skipjacks. Charlesworth is bumped there by Mercier. Bukovic has it now. Bukovic going to the boards. Can't work it free. Now Guy, his shot. Stopped by Gannett. Now Bukovic goes down. He gloves it ahead. This could be called. Bodak makes the touch, and it is indeed called on a gloved-ahead pass with 15.5 minutes left in this third period.
The Flames are checking very well, Garrett. It's the one thing that, I know Terry keeps at them all the time, but boy, they are playing a good checking game here. They're keeping on the guys all the time, and Baltimore's having a rough time to get those shots,
Traditionally, the Baltimore Skipjacks are not a great draw here at the Coliseum, particularly midweek, Larry, but you have to be encouraged by what you see.
Oh, yes. I think that the people in Moncton here are just catching on to the way the Flames are playing this year, and, you can hear it around town. Everybody's proud of this team right now, boy, and I hope they continue to play and the fans continue to come out the way they have so far.
Well, no question about it. Moncton is growing more and more aware each and every day that they do have a legitimate Calder Cup contender in these Golden Flames. I think making the playoffs is a virtual given at this point in time. It may be time to start thinking of even bigger days ahead. Race for the puck now between Carter and Mike Rowe. Rowe gets there first. He had the big jump. Now here come the Skipjacks. Tevens in over the line. Tevens is checked as Ken Sabourin stands up. Now Sabourin has it. He's played an effective game. Loses it behind the net, though. Sabourin, though, takes his man to the boards, thus nullifying the mistake. Now behind the net, Sabourin with a second chance. Banks it off the boards and in to pick it up. Brett Hull, he tried to play it for Gordy Hines. Flames a little mixed up. Chance in front, they score! And the Flames a little disorganized. Deep in their own zone, it winds up costing them, and Baltimore is on the board and back into this hockey game as the Skipjacks beat Doug Dadswell, spoiling the shutout effort.
Well, you could almost see it coming. A couple of bounces here or there. We had to turn around, and they had more guys in front than we did, so a man standing alone right in front of the net. Pretty hard to miss.
Dadswell made the first save, but
made a good save. Rebound was there, though.
He could not come up with the second effort as the Skipjacks pull to within 1. And let's await the announcement.
Correction, that should be scored by number 15, Mark Tevens, assisted by number 23, Gary Whistling, and by number 27, Jim Goode. The time limit for 5 minutes. 42 seconds.
5:42, the time of that goal from Mark Tevens. Rissling and Magoo with assists. Here comes Pazine. Pazine in on goal, and what a stop by Terry and the defenseman as he slid to the ice to break up the 2-on-1. Pazine may have waited too long before making the move.
And that goal is going to give Baltimore some life here. So, you know, it's we've got to come right back here and come on hard.
This game far from over. Kevin Guy centers it. Roberts turns and fires, but can't get good wood on the shot. Now Pazine behind the net tries to set it up for Sweeney in front. Skipjacks down but not out. They have certainly not quit tonight. Now Lemieux picked it up at the Moncton line, and that play was called in the offside with 13:11 left in this third period.
I don't know whether you've talked about it earlier tonight, Gare, but looking at Lemieux, he does look like his brother facially and the way he plays on the ice. You know, he's got similar moves, a similar skating style, and he's a big boy. And, of course, he's leading the team in scoring. So
the two Lemieux have a lot in common. The difference being one plays in the National League, the other toils in the AHL right now. No question about it, though, Alain Lemieux has proven he can play at the NHL level. His problem over the years has been consistency. Can't keep it up game to game. Now the Flames clear the zone. Bodak hammers a skipjack along the boards. Baltimore breaking back out. Now a steal as Bukovic picks it up, dumps it into Baltimore territory. Mercier will take up the chase for Moncton. Now over on this side, Bukovic sandwiches his man into the boards. Campbell picks it up. Campbell lets it go, and that shot went dangerously wide of Steve Gannett. Carlson shoots it in. Campbell in a hurry to pick it up, and he goes to the corner. Now Bodak on the far side. Here comes Bodak. All kinds of skating room. Bob Bodak trying to set it up for Bukovic. Bukovic centers it, and Gannett stopped that with the pads. Back to the line. Guy, a weak shot, and now a 3-on-2. Here comes Carlson. He left it, and a mistake on the part of Steve Carlson because the Skipjacks had a 3-on-2 opportunity. Now Kevin Guy has it, works it ahead for John Carter. Here comes Carter, putting on the Jets. Carter to Patterson. Patterson just slides it into Baltimore territory. Now let's see what happens. Flames looking to pounce on a loose puck if they can, but the Skipjacks bring it back out. Volhofer cleared it in. Dadswell behind the net. He's had trouble clearing the puck tonight. Carter plays it behind the net now for Patterson. Patterson was beaten to the puck, and now they'll tie it up there. And finally we get a whistle and a stoppage in play with 11:21 left in this third period.
Well, it comes back, I'm sure Gene Ubriaco of Baltimore is over there thinking about that second goal of Bob Sweeney's where the defenseman ran into the referee, and we end up with the puck in front of the net. But he's in this game right now, and I'm sure he's happy about it, the way things are standing. But, of course, as they say, Gara, the next goal is a big one.
The next goal is a big one. Either the Flames take a 2-goal lead or the Skipjacks move into a tie. 11:21 left, and the face-off deep in Moncton territory. Kevin Guy picks it up for the Golden Flames behind the net. Flames break out of their own zone. Roberts along the boards, plays it through center. Pazine could not pick it up. Now Pazine and Sweeney trying to work their way into Baltimore territory. Sweeney and Terrian jam along the boards. Pazine in to help out. 4 players all told in there after it. Puck is loose, picked up by Todd Charlesworth. Here comes Charlesworth. 3-on-3 situation. And Charlesworth doing a good job for Baltimore. The shot blocked by Dadswell, and the Flame goalie sprawling to the ice smothers the puck, forcing a face-off deep in Moncton territory. 10:47 left in the third period. It's Moncton 2, Baltimore 1. You're watching Golden Flames, American Hockey League coverage on Cable 5. And Larry Haley, you must be rubbing your hands together in glee with the number of big names that have filtered into the AHL ranks. I'm talking, of course, about Butch Goring, Pete Peters, and now Pat Riggin.
Yes, well, it's nice to have Pat Riggin here. I was down to Nova Scotia and saw the game that Butch Goring played, his first game. And, you know, he played it smart, Gare. He took short shifts. when he did get the puck, he got rid of it quickly. He didn't try to do it himself. You know, he relied on the team, and he played well. He did play well.
Now Rissling turns, loses the puck, gets it back to the point. The Skipjacks doing a better job of keeping it into Moncton territory. Now Pazine will try to clear. He's tied up by Mike Rowe. Goes back into the Moncton zone. Magoo in for Rissling. He's checked. Now Sweeney will try to clear it. Does off the glass. Rowe kept it in for Baltimore. Now Magoo in for Stevens. His shot, his backhander was blocked. Now the Flames getting disorganized in their own zone once again. Moncton doing a lot of running around. It's 5-on-5. Skipjacks look like they're on the power play right now. Stevens has it again. Stevens behind the net, set up in front, they score! Gary Rissling has tied this game for Baltimore.
It almost looked like he kicked it in, but it was a good goal.
Well, whether he kicked it in or not, certainly Larry Haley, you'd agree, it was the result of a lot of hard work by the Baltimore Skipjacks.
It was. Baltimore has been checking, and their defenseman's pinching in there, and boy, they're putting the pressure on. Now it's a 2-2 game. 9:58 left to go in the third period.
Looks as though the Flames have forgotten a few of the things that put them into the 2-0 lead in the first place.
Scored by number 23, Gary Rissling. Assisted by number 27, Jim Magoo. And by number 15, Mark Stevens.
Well, that line has just been put together. Rissling, Magoo, and Stevens. And they have accounted for both Baltimore goals here in this third period. The next goal was a big one.
Yes.
And now again the Skipjacks. They score! Dwight Mathiasen in front takes the pass from Lemieux. And just like that, it's a 3-2 Baltimore lead. Larry Haley, what will happen next?
They're storming the net. They're storming the net. There are three guys right around the net, not more than 2 feet away. Good work by Baltimore. You got to give them credit. They've come back here with a flurry.
Well, 2 goals in the span of, let me figure this out now, in the span of 13 seconds.
Number 22, Dwight Mathiasen. Assisted
By number 33, Alain Lemieux, and by number 19, Carl Mokozak. The time 10:15.
Mathiasen from Lemieux and Mokozak, and the Flames trail for the first time tonight. Now here comes Craig Nienhuis, back to Brett Hull. Hull to Nienhuis. Nienhuis tried to set it up for Carter. Now Nienhuis has it again. Over to Kevin Guy on this side. Guy with a shot. It was redirected just wide. Hull down in front was Brett Hull by Terrien. Now the Skipjacks look to clear the zone. Del Cole had to go off his stick. The Flames, Kevin Guy picks it up at center. In for Nienhuis. Nienhuis leaves it for Carter. Carter breaking to the net. His shot blocked by Gannett. Now Hull has it. He wraps it off a defenseman, Charlesworth, and it hops up over the glass and into the crowd.
Well, the way Gannett's playing, we're going to have a rough time getting that tying goal now. But we've come back before, and I believe we can do it again.
Face-off will come up deep in Baltimore territory to the left of Steve Gannett.
Sweeney, Pacine, and Roberts. Guy and Patterson on defense.
Some of the press box regulars were speculating it could be a clean sweep as far as the 3-star selections are concerned for Moncton tonight. However, that obviously will not happen.
That's it. You've got to play 60 minutes, and Baltimore has come out here in the third period. Ubriaco obviously had a few words to say in the dressing room, so he's got his guys going.
Flame fans a little edgy at this Moncton Coliseum right now. Moncton, of course, blowing the 2-0 lead as the Skipjacks have come back to take a 3-2 lead. Sweeney's shot deflected. Flames looking to try and generate a steal if they can. Guy keeps it in. Now in the slot. Sweeney has it. Sweeney wound up. Took too much time to let it go as Mickey Volkin came back to break it up for the Skipjacks. Here comes Volhofer. Troy Volhofer. He breaks in over the line. Broken up by Moncton. Pazine could not corral the pass. Now Patterson has it. Patterson against Volhofer. Knocked down. Kevin Guy picks up the loose puck. Guy ahead to Dave Pizzine. Pizzine to Byers. Byers was breaking free, but had the puck hop off his stick. Now Campbell works it ahead. This is Bukovic on right wing, picking up the puck. Bukovic in against Mike Rowe as they bump and collide, and now Bodak in behind the net, can't get there in time. Skipjacks coming out in a hurry. Steal, intercepted by Byers. Byers couldn't find an open man. Now backhanded by Bukovic as it goes just wide. Byers was tripped up. No call on the play. Behind the net it goes, and Wade Campbell is back to make the touch for icing with 7:36 left in this third period.
Nice little back pass by Bukovic out of the corner, but unfortunately Byers was tied up and couldn't get there. Nice pass, though.
061. That's 923.
Flames seem to be coming back here a little bit, putting on a little pressure.
Well, now it looks like Terry Crisp is double shifting his forward lines. John Carter's unit is back out there. Carter along with Brett Hull and Craig Nienhuis.
Carter has played so consistently through this season, or through this first half of the season. There's only been, I think, a handful of games that he hasn't had a point. So when it's crunch time, I guess he's not a bad guy to have out there. Certainly Hull. Hull has been playing very well since his return from Calgary, and he has scored in almost every game since coming back from up above. So got some scoring talent on the ice. That's what we need.
Flames, of course, are the highest scoring team in the American Hockey League right now.
And I believe, Gare, we have 4 rookies in the top 6 rookie scoring this year in the league. 4 of our guys are in the top 6.
John Carter first amongst them.
John Carter, Hull, Podolsky. The other name escapes me right now, but yeah, we've got some good rookie talent here.
Of course, the move to younger talent, the reason why the American Hockey League is getting so many rave reviews this season. Now it goes back into Moncton territory. Wade Campbell in to pick it up. Campbell fires it over to the left wing. Skipjacks controlling now. Charlesworth knocks it back into Moncton territory. Skipjacks will be very content to play a defensive-oriented game right now. They're not going to open things up. Carter plays it off the boards. Trying to catch up to the puck is Nienhuis before Gannett, the goalie, knocked it away. Now here comes Nienhuis. Nienhuis has been skating effectively. Carter's knocked down, and we're going to have a penalty as Carter was upended as he drove to the net in front. 6:53 left in this third period as the Golden Flames go on the power play looking for the equalizer.
Well, that's at least the third penalty that John Carter has drawn tonight. 2 of them back-to-back earlier. He's a man who puts out and makes them take those penalties. Good time to have a power play. Our power play has not been working real efficiently as of late. Let's hope we can turn it around here.
Well, the Flames with a big chance now to tie this hockey game.
We started off the first 20 games of the season, Gare, with the best power play in the league, and recently it has tailed off.
13:07.
Well, a new combination has been thrown together as far as the point men are concerned. Kevin Guy and Craig Nienhuis. John Carter, Bob Bodak, and Peter Bukovic reunited for this charge up front. Steve Carlson to kill it for Baltimore up front. Nienhuis lets it go, he hit the goalpost. Another shot. Gannett with the save. And the Baltimore goalie goes down as John Carter was stopped in front.
What a shot by Nienhuis. I noticed on his last shift, too, that he played a really good shift, and he's put on a little extra here, digging down, and that's why he's back there on the point right now. What a shot.
He rang that one off the post. Flames inches away from tying it. They'll try it again to work it back to Nienhuis, obviously. There's a weapon we had not realized existed. Carter loses the draw, but Bodak recovers in the corner. Bodak tried to set it up for Carter. Now back to Bodak to Guy. Guy into the corner there for Carter. Here's John Carter. Carter lets one go. The shot kicked out by Gannett. Now back to the line. Kevin Guy has it. Guy waiting for his mates to get onside. Now Nienhuis. Nienhuis works it into the corner. Too far for Carter. Bodak in to pick it up. Behind the net it goes. Bodak, very effective corner man. One of the best in this league. Left it there for Carter. Back to Kevin Guy. He lets the shot go. He scores! The Flames have tied this hockey game.
High drive. Oh, what a shot.
That one, Larry Haley, may have gone all the way, and Gannett, the goalkeeper, may have been screened.
It looked like it did, Gary. It was a high shot. Went over his shoulder. And definitely he was screened at least partially.
Tell you one thing, with 6 minutes and 11 seconds, my job of picking the 3 stars tonight has become somewhat difficult in this third period.
A big goal for us, big goal. Peter Bukovic was doing a great job in front of the net.
Moncton Golden Flames' third goal, scored by number 3, Kevin Guy.
Well, Guy does indeed get credit.
Assisted by number 11, John Carter, and by number 37, Bob Bodak. The time 13:49.
13:49, the time of the tying goal, and
Kevin Guy.
the next one is a big one. It could be the one that decides it.
Bob Bodak.
This has turned into a most entertaining hockey game, Larry.
We do gain a lot of momentum when we score, though. We seem to score one after another, so let's hope.
Larry Haley crossing his fingers, his toes, and every other appendage possible up here in the broadcast booth, hoping for that go-ahead marker. 5:42 left in this third period.
On your bingo cards.
And the Golden Flames and the Baltimore Skipjacks now tied at 3 apiece. The face-off coming up just outside the Moncton blue line.
Well, this game tonight, Gare, is an indication of what this league is all about. Now, here's Baltimore in last place in the Southern Division, but they're putting on a good show here, and this is a good hockey game. We have not played badly.
No question about it. The Flames have played a very effective game. And now Carter looking to pick up the pass. And it's called on the offside as Carter was looking to break into Baltimore territory. Now the Flames can be satisfied with a hard-working effort. After all, they have outshot the Skipjacks by a substantial margin, more than 2-1, Larry. 38-17, the shots on goal.
That's a lot of shots to face for a goaltender, and he's played it well. He's standing up in there. He's being very cool and resting on the net there right now, but he's playing a good game. Carter out for the face-off again.
John Carter's line being double shifted right now with Bodak and Bukovic, and now a chance. Loose puck for Carter, and the goaltender Gannett had to come way out of the net in an effort to steer that away from John Carter. Now it's picked up by Mathias, and he tries to feed it in front. Dadswell knocks it to the corner. Bodak in the corner, loses it there to Risling. It comes in front. Carter couldn't get his stick on it. Now Carter off the boards, tried to set up Bodak, but could not, and the Flames will make changes while the play goes on. Here come the Skipjacks. Mickey Volkin to Alain Lemieux. Right wing pass for Risling. Back to Lemieux. Back to Risling. The shot. Oh, and Dadswell with a big stop. Dadswell reached out and may have touched the hearts of some Moncton fans with that save.
Good move, good move. He has gone from left to right, right to left here very quickly. He's got good movement. He's playing a good game.
Well, no doubt with the game on the line, Doug Dadswell comes up with his biggest stop of this evening. 4:47 left in the third period. Golden Flames and the Baltimore Skipjacks tied at 3. And as the commercials say, we're in for another one of those fantastic finishes. Back to the line, and it carries into Baltimore territory. Charlesworth being watched by Pazine. Pazine will chase him behind the net, and Pazine makes a great effort. Now Byers has a chance in front for Sweeney, and he directed it just wide by 2 feet.
There's what a little bit of forechecking does.
Well, Pazine made that play possible by pressuring Charlesworth behind the Baltimore net. Now Volhofer, checked by Sweeney. Behind the Moncton cage. Kevin Guy picks it up. Ahead to Pazine. Here's Dave Pazine down right wing. Pazine lets a shot go. Charlesworth blocked that. Belland off the boards. Picked up by Phil Bourque. Here comes Bourque. tries to work it ahead for number 19, Carl Mokasak, and that play is called on an offside with 4:02 left in this third period.
Well, as I said, forechecking, I'm a firm believer in forechecking, and Dave Pacine really put the Jets on, made him hurry, came up with the puck, and we almost got a goal.
Now, isn't that a rather obvious analysis, Larry? You're a firm believer in forechecking.
Well, look, there's
I hate to take you to task.
I'll tell you what, there's not a lot of teams that do it well.
Well, listen, I hate to take you to task for making an obvious statement. It's like saying you're a firm believer in motherhood, Larry.
Well, that too.
Less than 4 minutes to go. This has been one heck of a hockey game. We're enjoying it. Now the Skipjacks call on an offside. 3:48 left. And we're going to see the John Carter line once again, Larry, as they clamber over the boards and get back on with this stoppage in play.
Well, Gary, while we've got a second here, I would just like to thank the fans who have participated in our food-raising campaign for Moncton Head Start. Our tree has gathered a lot of food around it in the last few games here, and we've got a couple more to go before Christmas. And again, I'd just like to say thanks to the fans.
Flames kicking off a 3-game homestand this week. It'll continue with the Springfield Indians in town on Friday. And the same Baltimore Skipjacks will come back Saturday night for a rematch with the Flames. That one should be every bit as entertaining as compared to this particular game. Now Michel Therrien has it for Baltimore. His pass went off the skate of Gary Rissling. Rissling fed it through center. Mark Patterson has it. He'll dump it into Baltimore territory. The Flames will take up the chase. No one gets there in time, though. And now it goes the length of the ice. Icing is waved off. Dadswell leaves it for Wade Campbell. Campbell, his pass. Picked up by Nienhuis. He swung it over for Carter, and Carter will dump it into Moncton territory. Carter took an elbow in the face there from Michel Therrien. Now in front, Nienhuis with a play. Knocks down his man. Now in front. Oh, what a chance! As Bukovic tried to set up Nienhuis. Peter Bukovic may have took too much time.
Well, he was looking for a hole, and Gannett was covering up well. Decided to pass.
Bukovic on the doorstep. Tried to set up Nienhuis. Now two Flames. Crunch. Alain Lemieux at the line. Roberts picks up the puck. Ahead to Sweeney. Here comes Bob Sweeney with 2.5 minutes left in the third period. Carlson behind the net has it. Skipjacks are able to clear. Still onside. Now the Skipjacks over on this side. Carlson has it. Carlson gets by Kevin Guy on a nice move. Lets the shot go. Dadswell makes the save. Sweeney clears it. And the puck hops up over the glass and into the crowd with 2:19 left. In this third period, it's the Golden Flames 3, the Baltimore Skipjacks 3. And Larry Haley, if you're talking 3 stars, I've got to get some input from you here.
Well, there's a lot of guys that played well. As a matter of fact, I was just going to say before you said that Gary Rissling is most known, I guess, for his penalties and his rough stuff and fighting. But, he's played a pretty good game tonight for Baltimore. Made a few things happen out there.
Well, Rissling and Jim Magoo have certainly been factors in getting Baltimore back into this hockey game. Now the Golden Flames breaking out of the Moncton zone. Now a weird bounce in front, and it was knocked away at the last minute by Neil Belland. Less than 2 minutes to go in the third period. We could be headed for overtime. Now here come the Skipjacks. Lemieux, his shot went wide, and the net was knocked off the magnetic moorings.
That last shot where the puck bounced off the back glass, maybe some people watched the Hockey Night in Canada game last Saturday night where Rick Middleton was the guy who stood alone in front of the net when the puck bounced off the crossbar. And Boston ended up going on to victory there. 1:49 left in the game here, 3-3, or left in regulation, I should say. 3-3 tie. Hall, Carter, and Nienhuis out there. Nienhuis has been playing a very good third period here.
Well, a lot of players have really showed well, Larry,
Yes.
and turned in strong games, but no one has really dominated, has come out and dominated the game, other than perhaps Steve Gannett.
Steve Gannett has played very well, yes. No, everybody's playing well so far, and nobody wants to make a mistake right now.
Now the Golden Flames, Brett Hull picks it up. Left wing pass for Nienhuis. Here comes Craig Nienhuis breaking in on goal. The shot, it goes off Gannett's shoulder. Less than a minute and a half to go in this third period. Back come the Skipjacks as the two teams go end to end. Stevens can't get around the defenseman on the play, Mark Patterson. Now Nienhuis. Over to Kevin Guy. Back to John Carter. He lets the shot go. Hull wraps it back into Baltimore territory as the Flames make changes while the play goes on.
Last minute of play in the third period. Dernière minute de jeu à la
Now
troisième
here
période.
come the Skipjacks again. Rissling skating hard. He's taken to the boards by Wade Campbell. Less than a minute to go in this period. Puck carries deep into Moncton territory, and the Skipjacks are going to get called for icing after the puck drifted through the crease.
38 seconds left. Face off in Baltimore's end. We've got a shot at it anyways. Get the draw here.
Just to relieve this pressure cooker for a moment, Larry. You all set for Christmas?
No, I'm usually one of those guys that gets ready very late. The rest of my family is falling into line very well, and my wife, of course, does most things to get ready, and I usually pick up the tail end.
Larry usually at the end of the line, and that long line at the checkout.
But I'm looking forward to it. Oh, it's great.
John Carter is at center. Bob Bodak and Peter Bukovic up front. Wade Campbell and Mark Patterson, the defensive pairing for Moncton, face off to the right of Steve Gannett. It's controlled by the Golden Flames. Bodak is tripped up. Gannett stops the easy shot. Now to the line. Patterson could not block it. And it looks like we could be headed for overtime. Less than 30 seconds to go. Flames looking to break it into Baltimore territory. This is John Carter. Carter trying to get around Mickey Volkin. Oh, Carter with a nice move. Nearly made it around had it not been for Volhofer back checking on the play.
3 seconds,
Now
that's going to do it.
That is it for regulation time.
Sudden death overtime.
By the Baltimore Skipjacks.
Play for 5 minutes. If there's no score then, we'll come to the shootout, where each team picks 5 players.
12 to 10.
They'll all take a breakaway shot from center ice.
We have not as yet seen the shootout at the Coliseum.
We have not, no. Moncton has been involved in one shootout game this season with Nova Scotia, and we ended up losing that one. The benefit, of course, for the losing team is that you do pick up a point for the tie in regulation, and the benefit for the shootout winner is that you grab 2 points. So
Now, some people in the hockey business say they can't see how you can get 3 points out of a hockey game.
well, you know, there's been a lot of talk about the shootout this year, both for and against. I like it myself. I think
I
it's,
do too.
I think it's exciting, and why are we out here playing? We're out here playing, number one, to decide a winner, and the fans are out here to see excitement. So I mean, that the shootout does both. So I'm really for it. You know, I'm one of these old-fashioned hockey fans too, I guess, where I don't like to see a lot of things change. I like the game the way it used to be played and so on, but the shootout just adds a little excitement, so I'm always for that.
We are all set now for a 5-minute overtime period, and if at the end of 5 minutes of sudden death the score is still tied, the American...
Well, before we get to the shootout stage, we've got 5 minutes of sudden death overtime. John Carter, Peter Bukovic, and Bob Bodak, a tried and true unit, up front for Moncton, and the Flames cleared into Baltimore territory. Bukovic was held up on a nice play from Gary Rissling. A play that won't make headlines or anything.
That's
Larry,
right, but again, he's out there doing his job. That's right.
Bukovic might have had a chance to jump into Skipjack territory and get his hands on that puck, but Rissling held him up. Flames were thinking of making changes. Let's see if they will. They are, with only 15 seconds gone in the shift.
Pacine, Roberts, and Sweeney coming out.
This line has the ability to score goals. Wade Campbell joins Kevin Guy, or make that Ken Sabourin and Kevin Guy now the defensive pairing for Moncton. Guy has scored the tying goal for the Flames.
And Pacine had a string of 8 goals in 5 games before last Sunday.
The shots on goal read 40-19 in favor of Moncton, but the Skipjacks have turned in a very gutsy performance here tonight. Now the puck cleared into Moncton territory. Dadswell off the boards for Pacine. Pacine could not play it. Guy finally comes to his assistance and knocks it into Baltimore territory. Mickey Volkin off the boards. In through center. Now a chance for Pacine. Here comes Pacine in on goal. Oh, Pacine, he scores!
All right.
And the Golden Flames win the hockey
9 in a
game,
row.
4-3 in overtime.
9 in a row at home, and that puck just trickled across the line. Well, Gary, I've got to go downstairs. Thank you again for inviting me on board.